Good day. Goeiedag, fellow South Africans, from a wet and rainy and quite cool Brisbane. But hey, we got to have rain sometime, haven't we? Now, I'm just keeping you guys in the loop. There are some major calls for changes regarding immigration numbers into Australia. And I'm talking about a particular part of Australia, and that's New South Wales. What's going on is that major centres like Brisbane and New South Wales have been taking more and more migrants in, and the actual services cannot cope. There's something like 5 million people living in Sydney today, and the Premier of New South Wales has called for a huge reduction in migrants coming into her state. The last 2 years, something like 100,000 migrants have actually settled in New South Wales. She's wanting to reduce those numbers to 45,000. That's 45% of what it was before. So it's a huge, huge change. The good news in particular for farmers is that, and again we're talking about really good news, is that Queensland, apparently they're not going to change the numbers. Now, the total maximum migrant intake in Australia per year is 190,000 people. And I don't know if you can hear the thunder, but it's quite wet out there. So for the whole of Australia, they've got a cap of 190,000 migrants. Now, last year they only let in 160,000, so they were 30,000 lower than the capacity. Now, getting back to white farmers, the situation there is that with migrants coming into Queensland and even New South Wales and Western Australia, what they're really trying to focus on now is migrants who will settle in less populated areas. And this is absolutely ideal for white farmers because they can go and live in rural communities, which is exactly the type of migrant that the Australian government is looking for. So I just wanted to alert you to that fact. Not so good in New South Wales. I mean, they haven't reduced the figure yet, but they're actually talking about it, reducing it to just 45,000 from 100,000 last year. And as I mentioned to you, it's because of the actual amount of pressure being put on services like transport, housing, and all these different things. So they're trying to slow down the numbers of people coming into New South Wales. Just a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to be kept informed, and we'll catch up again soon. And I'll see you on Sunday Night Live. Cheers, guys.